Before you get started, here is what the final product will look like. This is a bluebird house with a 1.5-inch hole. It has slits on the inside of it so that the small bluebirds, once they hatch, have a way to climb up and out of the nest. The bluebird house should be put on a 3 or 4 foot tall stake in an open area in the yard, is what they suggest. One of the things that each kid can do, I've supplied you with some sandpaper before they get started, is they can just sand the corners and any of these little fuzzy things that I left on mine inside the hole. You can see how it's a little bit fuzzy in there. They could sand all that down and make it look a little bit better. Well, let's see how it gets put together. So Paula, these are the parts. All the roofs are put together. We have a bottom, that's the one with the corners taken off. The front, got the holes down the sides. The back, which is tall and has a block glued to it, which should help with the roof later on. Also with pre-drilled holes down the side. Here's your two sides. It's got 2 pre-drilled holes for the bottom to be nailed in, you'll see that. And then we have an extra block that everyone can get. This will just help you in the process of putting together the sides with the front. That's what we're going to start with. Okay, Paula, so the first thing I want you to do is to take the 2 sides, and you're going to stand them up and put this spacer block in between. So the kids can just put the 2 sides right up against the spacer block so that they have something to push against as they're putting their front on. Okay? And the front looks like that. Will just be lined up here with the bottom and up on one side. You don't have to really worry about the spacer block quite yet. What they can do is just get that lined up right here on the bottom. So that's even, and even on the side. And then you're going to take a 6-penny nail, which I'll give you, and they'll fit right into that hole, and someone's going to have to nail that in. Hopefully they can do that. Alright, once you get that right hand side nailed in, then you have to worry about getting this left side lined up. So they should be pushing this right up against that spacer block that I gave you. Should be pushed right up against in the back, so it's tight. And then up here they want to make sure again that they get this corner lined up at the bottom and on that side. So it's not sticking out and it's not sticking in. Alright, so flush. Just like that. And then we'll put 1 nail in there. So now the 2 sides of the front are done, nice and even. We still have that spacer block in the back. All we're going to do is take the birdhouse. You guys can turn them over, and this spacer block can come out now. You're going to take your bottom block, it looks like that, and you're going to slide it into there. Make that even, and then you just turn it on its side, make sure it's even, and then you got a couple of holes you can nail the bottom in. We'll do that now. Okay, that side's done. We're just going to flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure it's even as you go along. Alright, those are all nailed in. Next step, turn it on its back, and we're going to take the back piece. Now this side has to go towards the front. Alright, we're looking at it from the back, so that make sure that that's towards the inside of the box. Again, you're going to make sure it's even down here, even on the sides. It should be pretty easy to do now that you have the bottom in. And we're going to nail 6 nails into that now. Alright, Paula, here's the final step. The box is all together. Now we just have to put those roofs on. And what we did for the roof is we drilled a little bit bigger hole so that we could screw the roof on so that the roofs can come off and the birdhouse can be cleaned out later on. Alright, so it's just a couple of those drywall screws and a screwdriver. And all they have to do is, of course, stick that on. Make sure it sits on there nice and pretty. And then just go ahead and put the screw in the hole. And using a screwdriver. Of course, I'm trying to do both things right now. And put that screw in.